Hello, my name is Father Jacob Rouse, and I'm the pastor of Notre Dame Parish in Cresco, Iowa. And for today's video, I'd like to introduce you to attachment science and attachment styles of spirituality. What attachment science is the study of how we get and keep connections with others, and it affects our relationships, our mental health, and our emotional development. And attachment styles are the profiles of how we attach or seek or give back love to others. So if you've studied psychology, you know that Dr. John Bowlby demonstrated this in the 1950s and started attachment science. There's many different attachment styles with different names. Remember, it's a theory within the psychiatric community. But everything that I'm going to be talking about comes from this book called Attached to God by Krispin Mayfield. I highly recommend it. Some friends and I went through this book together, and then we gave a retreat partly based on it, and it was very eye-opening for us and for everyone there. So it all started, I think, in the 1950s. Once again, it's called the still face experiment. Is when a mother and a 1-year-old were in a room together, and the mother was told to go completely blank face, don't respond, don't react at all to the child. And the different children would react in different ways, maybe even laughing or cooing or pointing at things around the room, and eventually they would all start to cry and melt down to try to get anything from the mother. So this led the author to look at, sometimes we feel like that with God, that he's the still-faced parent who's not giving us any reaction, or sometimes it feels like we're playing hide and seek with God. And so before we can try to get ourselves back in right relationship with God, what we can do is look at what attachment styles we have. Either these all three can apply to lovers and romantic partners, spouses, your own parents, family of origin, and then of course God the Father himself. So the first attachment style is called anxious attachment style, and this is a way of desperately trying to keep close to God. The image given is a child at a fair who's hanging onto his mother's skirt and has a helium balloon in one hand. This kid wants to try and experience life, try the corn dogs and see the animals and go on rides and stuff, but if you let go of that balloon just a little bit, it'll float away. And if you let go of mommy's skirt, then she'll walk away and leave you. So this attachment style says that if you let go even a little bit, you'll lose it. The next attachment style is called shutdown attachment style, and it's if we're operating out of this spirituality, it's a way of relating to God that conquers all our feelings. Maybe when you were little, or you were raised in a way, or voices in your life said, don't cry, there's no need to cry, stop crying, or I'll give you something to cry about, which is a particularly damaging thing to say to a child. We've been taught that anger, sadness, fear, pain, doubt, any one of those negative emotions are bad and should be avoided, or at least not displayed. So we push those down. An image of, if you've ever seen Pixar's Inside Out, they talk about that. So I won't give any spoilers away, but go watch that movie and then you'll see how that works. So also with relating to God, that if fear and doubt and anger at God and sadness are bad things, then if I just know more things, if I study more and know the Bible and know the catechism, and if I just know things up here, I don't have to worry about any of the junk that's down here. That is shutdown attachment style. The third one is called shame-filled attachment style, and this is grounded in the feeling that God loves us but doesn't really like us. He will have mercy on us if we just beat ourselves up first. It's like the kid who's constantly criticizing themselves in their head before their parents even get a chance to. An image that I like for this is on Saturday Night Live, Chris Farley had a little segment called The Chris Farley Show, and he's giving an interview to famous people, and he is screwing up left and right. He's nervous, he's doing it wrong, and finally he just goes, stupid, 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 and he beats himself up physically and mentally, because if I admit I'm trash, then we already established that, and then we can go forward. Another way might be like, I'm ugly, or I'm stupid. And if you can put yourself down and admit that you're wrong and you're garbage, then the other person will have no other option but to show mercy on you. So if you find yourself far from God, if you feel like the Lord is being a still-faced parent right now, we'll get to that in next week's video. But if you feel far from God right now, it could be helpful to ask, am I relating to God or my parents or others in the past or now? Am I relating to God with an anxious, a shutdown, or a shame-filled attachment style? So once we establish that, then we can go forward into the healing, which will be next week's video. Thank you for journeying into attachment science with me, and I will see you this weekend.